when you see such trading opportunity, please, please, please tell me, right? Sometimes I might even miss these opportunities out. So if you see it, please tell me, drop me an email, let me know, Rainer, this has multiple stack area of value, pay attention. Thank you, I would appreciate that. Yeah? So this, again, right, is an area of value worth paying attention to. So what do you do next? Again, look for a valid entry trigger to go long. Could be a hammer candlestick pattern, a bullish engulfing pattern, a false break setup, etc. So in this case, let's see. Market head towards this area of value. Boom, right? Starts to bounce up higher, but still not a valid entry trigger. Boom, heading up higher. At this point, again, some traders might FOMO, have the fear of missing out. They chase. Again, I don't chase. The price either comes to my area to trade off, or I skip the trade altogether. In this case, price then came back down, forming something like a hammer candlestick pattern, but closing near the lows of the day. And then boom, the next candle, we have this green candle showing signs of reversal. So at this point, okay, this tells us that, hey, the buyers, or rather the sellers tried to break below the lows of this price point, but failed. Notice how the price came down lower, taking out the lows of support, but couldn't, as the buyers then step in and close near the highs of the days. So to be honest, I find that, buying near this highs, right, it's a bit too much for me. I prefer to get in at a slightly better price. So what I'll do is I'll usually have a buy limit order to see if I get filled or not. If I get filled, great. If I don't get filled, never mind, I'll move on to the next trade. So let's say I place a buy limit order somewhere here. Let's change this to green. Okay. Then let's say my stop loss is, again, as you know by now, it's usually 1 ATR below the swing low. Let's say somewhere about here. I'll just change this to red as my stop loss. Okay. And let me just remove all the opening prices so it doesn't clutter the chart. Okay, and you can see much better now. Okay, so my entry will be somewhere about here, stop loss somewhere about here. I'm not giving precise levels because, again, you know how to do using the ATR method I shared with you earlier. So let's say the next candle open. Oh, you can see clearly I would have gotten filled, right, as the market actually did open at a lower price. Or rather, not open at a lower price, but rather it opened here and traded near the lows of this for this day. But since my buy limit order is here, I would have gotten filled anyway. Now, what about target? So earlier you learned how to capture a swing, and now I want to talk about how you can actually ride massive trends in the market. So if you just zoom out, you can see this stock is pretty much in a nice uptrend. And capturing a swing, it's not wrong. It's a perfectly legitimate way to, trade the markets. But there are some traders who think, man, Rainer, I want to ride massive trends,